It's just difficult. I mean, because I guess my personal approach to comedy has always been that comedy should sort of be, nihilistic and
you're
a classic to an extent.
Nick is an aesthete. Like you purely respect the product, right?
Yeah, that's only because I'm a failed comedian. If someone had offered me, $1 million to be in some shitty movie 2 years in, I'm sure I wouldn't give a shit at all.
I would do that today.
People. It's because I've been doing comedy for 11 years and I've got nothing to show for it.
Yeah, well
it's very easy to be a critic when you have nothing to criticize.
Well, that's the advantage of our show is that we're not we're on the fringes, guys.
Yeah,
we're underground.
Yeah. Well, that's not going to last long. I mean, and that's the thing is like, people point at the like I had someone say to me yesterday, it's like, oh well, you're lucky that you fund your own show and stuff, and but people could get your shit kicked off iTunes. There's plenty of ways they can fund it if they want to.
It's gonna happen this year.
But it'll probably, if the show gets more popular, I'm sure there's gonna be negative attention towards the show.
There's definitely gonna be that's what I was thinking while I was reading the Hollywood Reporter interview with Sam Hyde, because he was talking about his fans going at the Adult Swim executives, his fans going at Tim Heidecker and shit. And it's like, okay, so if there's like a fucking negative Cumtown article, there's definitely going to be some dudes that listen to the show that are going to like go nuts at like whoever wrote it, whichever like hack journalist needs to find their next thing to be mad about. And like what's our response? I guess like just don't say anything.
It is shitty because I guess you do have some kind of responsibility at some point. But I mean, I've had that happen in the past where I would bet when I was doing like the Nicole shit, people would be like, it doesn't matter what you write, you enable people to fucking be shitty by writing this. It's like, no, it's not my fault. Right. If you don't interpret this as satire and you fucking get it wrong and somebody thinks this is literal, I mean, you could say I'm a shitty writer and then it didn't come off funny, so people didn't get that it was satire. Right. But the only thing that should matter is my fucking intent.
That's also the other issues, is like the concept of being a fan of anything is like, you're naturally a psychopath. Like if you're a super fan of anything, like
I remember you can like shit.
Oh, you can like stuff, I really like sports, right? I watch English Premier League soccer. Like I watch a ton of sports every week.
Stop trying to pretend you're not gay.
Yeah, no, like it sounds really gay when I talk about it to someone that's not into it, and I recognize that. It's like Nick. It's like how we were talking. Nick and I watched the I think maybe the last fucking shit. Nah, my memory is going now. Fucking what's his name? Redhead.
Carrot Top.
Not Carrot Top. Bill Burr. We watched the last Bill Burr special.
Danny Bonaducci.
Bill Burr is like one of the biggest comics in America, and like his great comic, very funny. His whole joke structure is he'll say like, nah, but seriously, if my son's gay, I hope he dies, and then he goes into a funny bit about that. Yeah. But like the goons in the audience, he says the premise that's supposed to be offensive and is actually wrong. They'll start going, woo, woo, woo,
well,
before the actual bit comes in.
There's an old Artie Lang clip where he's doing this bit about saying the N-word while playing basketball. And the setup for the bit is like, I'm playing basketball with these black guys, and they're like, yo, nigga, pass me the ball, nigga. And he says like nigga like a million times. Bit, and then they cut to the audience, and there's literally a guy in a wife beater that's like, and he like holds his girlfriend closer. And it's like that guy's just cheering for the N-word. But
100%. Stanhope is a national treasure. I think he is a fucking incredible. He's one of the top 5 probably comedians in the world. But his fans
beyond the world, it's like in terms of who really makes you feel okay calling stand-up comedy art, he's one of like the 4 people.
I think so.
Ever.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But his fans, I mean, like those people are just like libertarian pieces of shit. I mean, they're just annoying, And that's just like the thing that sort of, I don't know, makes me hesitant.
There's shit that the fans of things ruin some things. It's like,
no,
I don't even think it's they're not even, and a lot of that's through the lens of the internet and how that fucking distorts people's personalities. Because I won't even go as far as to say fans are shitty. I think it's like somebody
like 10
shits
guys
on something online, you're like, fuck you suck. But what that translates to online, you're not. There's no emotion a lot of the times in tweeting at somebody like, you're a fucking idiot. This is stupid.
Yeah, you're ugly.
And then they're like, I need to call the police. And they interpret it as harassment. And that's why I got bothered with like. Everyone's saying that Sam sent his fans after that journalist or whatever.
Who, the BuzzFeed guy?
The BuzzFeed guy. And
Yeah.
here's what happened. The BuzzFeed guy contacted Sam to write an extremely critical one-sided article
Right.
about his show. And Sam recorded the conversation and made him look like a fucking idiot.
Right.
And uploaded it.
He was so funny. In
yeah.
that shit.
And uploaded
I didn't
it.
see that.
And then
Oh, he's
guy-
so
it's
funny.
hilarious. Yeah.
He's like, you will never
He's like,
write
you're
for the
never
going to
work for the New York Times. He's like, you're a fucking
He's like,
hack.
you work at BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
He was being so mean to
He's
this
being
guy.
mean to him, but it's like you fucking, if you're gonna you dig two graves, that's like the lesson there. And everyone's saying, Sam sent his fans to harass this guy. It's like, no, that guy set out to write an article to get people to by your own definition,
Yeah.
harass fucking, the fans of the show. You want to write a critical, article about this show, which you've decided is an alt-right show before you even went into it.
Right.
And
Did the guy not watch any of the show?
he might have.
Right.
I don't know.
I thought the guy that did the Hollywood Reporter
That was a
interview
very fair
great.
interview.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
a
he
very
was
fair
really
interview.
fair to him.
But the Tim Heidecker thing, where Tim uploaded this video of Sam, calling him, that's exactly what Sam did, to
Well,
the
he
other
didn't
guy.
upload it. It was like a Facebook Live event where Sam called him. So he was like broadcasting already.
Yeah,
I mean, he
but
didn't
that's-
plan on Sam
All
calling
right.
in. He didn't try to expose or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the definition of sending people to harass, so-and-so is pretty loose, and it's dependent on what the situation is and, whose politics you're talking about. Because
Right.
it's harassment if it's fucking Sam doing it. And
Well,
it's,
that gets to the larger
raising awareness.
Yeah.
It's,
That gets to the larger point, which is I think that people are just becoming pussies now,
Yeah.
and like it's that article Amber wrote. Like our friend Amber Frost, who's been on the podcast, wrote a really good article, which you guys should all read, about how the left is losing vulgarity as a political weapon, and that
I
was
love being vulgar.
Yeah, I mean, we can make fun of Lenny Bruce now because it's dated and sounds weird, but like that used to be a thing that existed on the left, and it's now the Pepe frogs are the vulgar guys, and on the,
It does suck that you can't be liberal and just fuck shit up.
Well, you know what? That's the shitty thing is because I don't care. I really don't care. I mean,
Yeah, you don't.
in terms of the way I vote, I give a shit about a $15 minimum, and I think everybody should have health care. And you shouldn't be racist to people. You shouldn't
No.
fucking discriminate against them. But you can
Right.
say whatever the fuck you want. I also don't think it's like unnatural for somebody to hold prejudices. We had to like get to this point where we understand you shouldn't be, racist or whatever.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah,
It's a real
I-
advanced signifier of society.
Yeah, it's and I think people are like, oh, he's racist, as if that's like a static mode. That if
Right.
you are a racist, that's something inherent to your personality, and it's not like no, a black guy just cut him off in traffic and he's racist for that 20 minutes. It's a thing
Sure.
you can do is racist,
Yeah.
just like you can be angry,
Yeah.
or be shitty in one relationship but not another.
or a goddamn Korean cuckolded him.
Right? Yeah, that's what happened to Adam. If you guys don't know
got
the
cucked.
canon of the show.
Adam got cucked by multiple Koreans, I think.
Yeah, fucking Kim Jong bitch.